Well, it's been 1.5 years since the release of the thing. I've heard the songs many times, but I finally watched this movie, Frozen. Originally, like a month after release, I wanted to see it with a good friend of mine. Unfortunately, the day we would have gone to the cinema, she had something else to do. It was sudden, which was unfortunate, but I don't blame her. And after that, due to certain circumstances, we didn't have a lot of contact anymore. And we did have contact by Facebook, but we the times I was available, she wasn't, and when she was available, I wasn't. So we were never able to go to the cinema together to see the movie. But I teach like 4, 5, 6 year olds, and one of the girls that I teach, I'm pretty sure she's still 4. I think she may have just turned 5, and I missed it and remember. But one of the younger kids that I teach, I was talking with her and one of her friends like 3, 4 weeks ago about Frozen because one of them was actually going to Disney World and was going to meet the real Anna and Elsa. And the other girl, so the one that wasn't going to Disney World, mentioned she had the movie at home. Both did actually. But anyway, one of them said she had it. I'm like, I haven't seen it yet. I really want to see it. Would I be able to borrow it? And she said, sure, yeah, I'll ask. And like, can you ask your parents? Yeah, yeah. Next week, she seemed to not remember this. But then, like another 1 or 2 weeks later, we went on a school trip. That morning, at we did gather at school first before leaving with the bus. And then her dad brought her like to school. And when she came in, the dad said, "Don't you have like a present for your for the teacher for Alka?" I was like, "What? She has a present for me? What? I don't know of any present. What?" So she got to her bag. She was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." And she was super excited. And she got this. She remembered that I asked to borrow it. So that's already been like almost 2 weeks ago. But I finally got around to watching it. And like I knew a good amount of the songs to like almost from the top of my head. Well, Let It Go, I do. Wanna Build a Snowman almost, and a couple others I've heard multiple. I've heard, but not even all of them. But this is one heck of a good movie. I can see like Olaf as the comic relief character. He was amazing. Like the love between Anna and Elsa that shone through in the end. By the way, maybe spoilers. So if you still have yet to watch the movie, like I did before today, don't watch the rest of this video. Or if you just want to hear something else because you want to tell something. Because at the end of the movie, when everything's ended and like she had, was it an embrace of love or something like that? And an act of true love, and they were talking about a kiss from Hans, and then oh no, we're gonna kiss Kristoff. I was thinking it was just gonna be Kristoff. What? That I feel that the movie, like the writers, really did that well because it wasn't Kristoff that gave her the act that performed the act of true love. It was Elsa, and I really love that. So it was a darn good movie. I know it'll be good for little kids. Although the fact that death is mentioned in a certain way a couple of times, maybe But I know a good amount of little kids, mostly girls, who really like the movie, so they probably aren't really bothered by it. So the writers probably kept that in their mind really well, like how little kids would think about such situations. They don't really see the bad part behind it. So this is good for kids and adults in a sense. And like as the credits were rolling, I was thinking to myself, like I've been having this personal life issue. Things have been going bad. Like people very close to me that are around me dying. Like especially like last Thursday, one of them died, and then I heard that I wasn't going well at school, and just since then, which is now almost well over, well, just over 2 days later, I've not gotten anything done for school. Like my work assessment's not going to work, and I'm like, how am I going to solve this? Because this is the education that I want and stuff. So like at the end of this movie, I think I did realize something that was that fun things are good. obviously. Fun things, entertaining things. I like making my YouTube videos. They do keep me entertained in a way. I like making jokes with Zab and others. Like people at my school, like my classmates, they'll cheer me up a little bit. But I feel that with what's happened in the past few months, really the past half year, everything combined has really just not made me feel well. I've been able to get something done for school, but not a lot, and especially the last just over 2 days, I've not gotten anything done. I feel that to get myself back in the groove, and I may just only be able to do this at the end of the school year, like during summer, and then I'll make sure that it happens. I need to do something that is amazingly fun and entertaining. Not just make a YouTube video or, I don't know, make some weird jokes with, like, you play Cards Against Humanity with a couple people, which is really funny to me. But I need something that goes a lot, and I mean a lot further than that. Something that's completely so entertaining, it gives me so much excitement. But sure, I think the negative feelings of losing those people will never truly go away, but I'll be able to mostly get over it and live with it, just like I've lived with other like grandparents passing away like a couple of years ago. And if I am able to work and finish this year and just go into next year, and even if I don't, but especially if I do get into next year through whatever means, I can let that go as well. Like I didn't even mean that. Let it go. The movie. But yeah. Lost my train of thought. I want to do something so entertaining that just cheers me up so much, and in the way this movie did, with like the way it was written, the way it ended, it was perfect. It was awesome. So I'm very happy I finally did watch it. Um, it made me help realize that there's certain things that I like to do, which are good, which I'll keep doing. There's certain things I want to do so much more, but generally due to time constraints, due to me being at school, sometimes it's money, sometimes it's travel. There's certain things that I just really, really want to do, and I just want to do that. Um, what exactly? I have yet to find. I do have a list, not a very long list, but at one point I decided to compile a list of things that I really want to do in my life at some point. I want to learn how to snowboard, for example. I've been wanting that for a while. I had a chance in year 5 of secondary school, but was sick of the day we were actually going snowboarding. So wasn't able to. I've still never been on a snowboard. Um, want to learn to play the piano. I'm slowly starting to teach myself with help from my dad as well, because he knows it a bit better. Um, I want to be in like a karting race, like with quite a lot of people, with qualifying, with race, everything. And there's a couple more things that I want to do. So write my own musical and perform it. Like I've seen Pokemon the musical and Mew as in spelled as MEW, like the Pokemon Mew, Pokemon the musical. I've seen that, and I've seen like the backstage stories a bit, and I love how those people just have so much love for Pokemon and were able to just write a musical about it and perform it. Just and people loved it. I don't know how many people in there really knew all of the jokes really, because there's quite a lot of in-depth jokes, like the when they cancel like the Pewter City paper guy, like with B button was totally inside joke, but not a lot of people would know, like how you cancel like evolutions and count things in like the Pokemon games. But that inside jokes, regular jokes, generally funny jokes and entertainment and songs, they were able to just throw that in there and perform it, and they seem to really love it. So that was partially my inspiration of why I want to write my own musical and perform it, but most definitely a Pokemon musical. Video game musical in general will be cool as well, but definitely something Pokemon. I want to write a Pokemon musical. It'll take a couple of years' time, probably, especially like if I finish my education. I still have just over 3 years left of studying to become a primary school teacher, and then I'll probably be the primary school teacher. somewhere in between, I will find the time to write the musical, and I'll do my best to just around me find people who love Pokemon or like it enough and just like musicals and songs in general. But what I'm really fun for is just really people that love Pokemon. Because really like is good. And if there's really no other option, that's what I'll go with. I'm really looking for that pure love for Pokemon, like I have, and work together with those people, write that musical. Like I will have that done like in a couple of months, and then have it performed, and then have that amazingly great feeling that that's good, I guess. Then that works. So that's not necessarily what'll cure me of like the negative feelings I've had for the past few months, but it is something I really want to do, and I'll find other things that I really want to do, and yeah, that's how you go from personal life story and Pokemon musicals. Yeah, I realized like during the credits and like during the movie really that these ideas came up and I wanted to talk about it. I'm not gonna give a huge review for Frozen. It's just really good. Music is great. Animation perfect. Um, I'm not gonna complain anything about it because it's a really amazing movie and I can definitely see why it is liked so much. So yeah, I'm gonna have to enjoy myself some more, do my best, finish the year, and become a darn good primary school teacher that the kids can be proud of or remember for a long time. And I gotta thank one of the kids for this movie because besides being a good movie, an amazingly good movie, great movie, I'll probably like buy myself as well so I can rewatch it whenever I want. Because this is one of those movies that I definitely want to watch multiple times. Um, Probably like when I have kids later, especially daughters, but well, we'll see. That's later. I first need a girl for that too. But yeah, you gotta thank her, I guess. Well, she was not gonna understand the entire personal story. I'm not gonna tell her, but she did help me to like give me some realizations to find what I may just need to make myself happy again. And tonight that may just actually work out because in like just like in 1.5 hours I'll be at my theater with my theater group. Like I'm not performing this year. I wanted to originally, but things didn't work out due to reasons. I made a vlog about that. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description. Otherwise, like later, if there's no link in the description to that video, just let me know and I'll go find it for you. I did have personal like the issues I guess and the stress in my head I think started around that time. Whether that was the main cause at first, I don't know. It was around that time that the negative feelings and the things didn't not going well sort of started. And so I left the group, and tonight. Okay, come on, shout. Dinner ready. Anyway, I'm gonna see what show they put up. I originally wanted to see a couple of rehearsals, but like the one that I wanted to go to, the doors were locked because obviously they're not gonna let anyone just get into the theater. Like I was allowed, like everyone allowed me to, even the director. They told me, but the doors were locked, and I forgot about that to ask someone to open the door for me. So I'll have to be sort of surprised. I know most of the lines. I'm just really wondering how with clothes, like costumes and props and everything they put up the show. With how amazing last year's show was and how much I loved playing that. And if you look back exactly a year in my vlogs, like to like the end of May, start of June, like through the entirety of May, even through the last few rehearsals, you'll see how much I really loved that and was amazingly fond of like the whole idea and how everyone was working together. So even though this like the show that they're performing, I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of at the start. I knew that with the group, with that director, they make it such an amazing show. And tonight I'm gonna see that, and they're gonna surprise me with how good it is. I know it's gonna be good, and I know they're gonna surprise me with how good it is. So yeah, that better be good. It will be. Alright. That's, in a way, a little load in my chest, because I don't want to talk too much about my personal life. At the same time, I do want to share some things, and, yeah, let it go. This time I didn't intend to say it like that. Sort of. Oh, like, oh, my story, talk about it, because even though, like, you're not exactly giving response to me live as I'm saying this, as I'm recording this, but just being able to talk, if whether in my head is really to you, I think that partially it's talking to myself, or really to some kind of fictive figure in my head. As long as, like, if someone has negative emotions, whether that's anger, sadness, fear, as long as I have someone to talk to, they don't have to have a solution for it. As long as I have someone to talk to, it can cheer them up quite a bit, or at least relieve them of a good amount of stress. And that's what happened with me. So, but that's none of you within these few vlogs that I've spent talking about my negative feelings. No one's really been hating about it. People have been understanding, leaving nice comments. You don't have to leave comments, but there were nice comments for those that were there. So I'm very thankful for that. Thank you. Right, I better get to dinner before school. My parents get angry again that I'm late again. So, see ya.